we really do have to work on how pro-lifers can win these elections. And I think just really let's look at what they're pushing in Ohio: abortion on demand up to birth, and there's no parental involvement. That right now the language written in the Ohio amendment would say that you can get an abortion up to birth, and any individual can get it, not an adult, not a woman, any individual. That doesn't limit it to people over the age of 18. That's anyone, no matter their age. And, a doctor can decide to do an abortion whenever they want to. And so, we really have to hit hard on that this is really their end goal. This is the abortion movement's end goal, is abortion up to birth, taxpayer funded, and no parental involvement. And that terrifies people. That's terrifying. That's terrifying to think about. But I think in the end, what Lindsey Graham is doing, if you look at how developed a child is at 15 weeks, that's months into a pregnancy. 15 weeks. Look at that. 15 weeks. Just 15 weeks. Nothing else. 15 weeks. Well,
that case has to be made. That case has to be made effectively. You can't just introduce a bill before an election, knowing that you have no chance of passing it, and then expect people to just accept it. You have to be able to, to use a corporatist term, to market it. You have to be able to show people, we're not trying to jam this down anybody's throat. This is enough time. Think about it this way. You have to be persuasive about it. But if you're going to do that and you're going to lose elections, then you lose everything.
I agree on that end. So, but let's look at this way. Right now, California, Vermont, Michigan, last year, or what are my years at this point? Yeah, last year, they all passed abortion up to birth. California, late-term abortion. Illinois, late-term abortion. DC doesn't have any limits on abortion. This 15-week limit is solely a limit to cap states from allowing abortion up to birth, because that is the abortion lobby's end goal, is abortion up to birth. This is what Lindsey Graham is doing right now. He wants to put a cap on late-term abortions. What else are they doing? They want to put a cap on taxpayer funding of abortions. Those are not extreme positions to hold. These are not Alabama abortion laws. These are very common sense abortion laws that most Americans agree with. But you just have to say it like that. People don't want taxpayer funded abortions up to birth. And that is what Lindsey Graham and Tommy Tuberville of Alabama are trying to stop. Tommy Tuberville, senator from Alabama right now, is trying to stop the taxpayer funding of abortions through the military policy. And, we support that. Joe Manchin has been very supportive of Tommy Tuberville's work to try to stop that. And so, these are very bipartisan issues that I not only do most Americans not agree with abortion up to birth that is taxpayer funded, most Democrats don't either. Most Democrats don't want that. Most mainstream Democrats who are normal, everyday citizens don't want that. But I don't think most people honestly know what's going on that end. The mainstream platform is, we support a woman's right, but you can support a woman's rights without supporting abortion in general. But I still think if you're pro-choice, we can still put limits on taxpayer-funded abortions and late-term abortions.
Definitely. So here's what I propose, and this is I made an episode on this. It's called Dirty Politics, where I discussed this. I also made another episode debunking basically most of the pro-abortion arguments. And this is an idea that could be found controversial even among the more what I call the feel-good conservatives. Conservatives who play, let's play nice, because as we know, since the 60s, we have become much more liberal. But I asked the question from those conservatives: have the liberals played nice? No, they've been very militant about what they have, what liberals do. So what I say is that you have to engage on the same level that they are engaging. You have to show the same amount of force. So, and that episode is called Dirty Politics. Why? Because it kind of seems dirty, but here's the tactic. Instead of trying to push through bills with immediately which you should, but not at the moment. And at the moment, you should be trying to persuade people. At the moment, you should be building a force and an understanding, if not being pro-life, at the very least, being pro a cutoff date at some point or another. How do you do that? Well, as we have seen, the Senate and the House, they can bring people to testify and talk about a whole number of issues. Abortion should be one of them. Bring up the people who have been affected by abortions, of botched abortions, people who might have missing limbs, who have been scarred and mutilated but survived. Bring them. They should be the face of the anti-abortion movement on the House and on the Senate. Make the Democrat senators, or if there are any Republican senators, make the Democrat legislators, as you could do it throughout any of the states as well, not only on the federal level, do it throughout the states. Make them answer to these people who have been scarred for life why they think you should not be alive right now. It'll be one hell of a picture to see Democrats or even Republicans who are pro-choice make the argument, you know what? I think you shouldn't be alive right now. How this would be one hell of a picture. It will be absolutely astounding. They will probably not even show up because they know this is they can't do it without looking bad, and that's the point. Trap them, put them in a position that is so uncomfortable that they can't even approach their position without being shown. This is the face. This is the face of a person that has been affected by an abortion, survived, and has a right. This person has a right to live. Now make your case. Be consistent about it. You think that this person should have been aborted. Now make your case if this person should still be aborted. This person now is deformed for life. What do you have to say about that? And this again, why is this dirty? Because you might be exploiting them for your own gain and so on and so forth.